If you've been an NBA champion a few times in the past, you've probably built a couple of dynasties.
But did you know that you can prove it? Here's a fast break on dynasty points in my career.
on your way to building a dynasty? Well, every major accomplishment you make in my career will build your dynasty points. You can see your list of successes underneath Play Next Game in the My Career menu tab of the Pause menu.
Here, you will be compared to the greatest franchises in NBA history. Use the trigger buttons to see some of the best to ever walk out on the court. And then set out on your own path, filling the meter and forming a dynasty.
A look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. No doubt this is a club ready to handle this challenge on the road tonight. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. And it's Cartwright in at the 5 down low. And for the Hornets, they've got Shepard. He's out there with Mitchell. Walker Kessler out there with Cobb. And it's Knight in at the 4 spot. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And the tip goes to the Nets. Reed passes to Knox. Back to Reed. It's rebounded by Knight. And here's Charlotte. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Shepard. Here's Knight. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
A very high percentage look when the D is nowhere to be seen.
Here's Cartwright. 23 points his last outing. Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by Knox. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Cartwright. And he misses his first shot. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Right wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Shepard. Brooklyn pulls it in. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Last game, their starting lineup struggled to stay on the floor. It just put too much pressure on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Back to Cobb. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by McCaw.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
On the wing, Bryant. Shoots over Cobb. The offensive rebound.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Pass to Shepard. The teardrop. They get it back. And another shot. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul, first team foul.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws tonight.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Cartwright. You know, his offensive production has certainly been there, averaging 32 a game.
foul, Davion Mitchell. First personal foul, first team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Cartwright. He's covered by Kessler. Cartwright gets the bucket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Shepard. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable.
Charging foul.
And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at Charlotte, they are holding down the #1 spot in the conference. Not a bad position to be in. And of course, Brooklyn down 4 spots.
I think for the Nets, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Reed can't hit. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off.
First in assists, and they've been the second best team in the league at protecting the rim. Size, instincts, 1-2, that's a recipe for a lot of block shots.
And we've talked about the beautiful game before. When you think of that term, great ball movement, team chemistry, they both come to mind. And these guys exemplify both to a T with how many assists they rack up. Here's Cartwright. Pass to McCaw. And he lobs it up. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it.
Hornets ball.
And on the 2K leaderboard, the teams that have stonewalled offenses over the last month. The Hornets in second.
Over the last month, this team has shown strides defensively. The effort level has been much improved.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Pass to Shepard. 4-3. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's McCaw. No points so far. Here's Cartwright. The long distance 3 is buried. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. To the wing, right side. Now Kessler. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. The kick out to Cobb. 3 on the clock. Here's an 8-footer. And there's Shepard. That one's good on the assist. Shepard's got 7 points. The Nets have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Here's Knight. 17 points for him last game against Orlando.
And he gave them headaches with his defense. Constant activity at that end with 4 steals to show for it.
Now here's Mitchell. The lead is 2. Cartwright with a rebound.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money. You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Right side, Mitchell. Pass to Kessler. Now here's Cobb. Driving to the basket. Here's Shepard. 7 points in the game. Off target with the 3. McCaw passes to Cartwright. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, you don't like the foul, but if the alternative is giving up a dunk, it's an easy choice to make. I think it sets a tone for your defense around the rim. Make them earn it.
Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
free throw drops for Cobb. Well, at this point of the season, the identity and merit of each team is becoming more and more clear, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, we have a good understanding of who the real contenders are. But there always seems to be a dark horse team that makes a push in the second half of the season. Anything can happen.
And Cobb drops them both. Here's Cartwright. He has 7. He shoots it. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
And it's Ware missing.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Cartwright up top. He's covered by Ayton. To tie it up. Count it! A tremendous three to tie it up.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Cartwright. Valentine out there with McCaw. Then there's Reed.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 2. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Balance, player of the game, Mr. Perfect.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game. And it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Listen in to what Joe Mazzulla told his team. Now it's a close one, so Coach asked his team to keep their focus. He said this game's going to come down to mistakes. If we play clean, we'll win. Great game tonight. Let's see how it winds up. Guys?
Thanks, David. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Boston, no good that time either. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Ball from deep 3-point territory. Off on that one. So it's the Nets picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And also the number of points they've scored in the
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
All game.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going...
Here's Valentine. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. He drops it from range.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
And it's Dort with the ball for Charlotte. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin.
Third team foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
Andrew Nembhard. Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He drops it. First one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
What we know about Lou Dort is this guy is an excellent defender. He's got size, strength, versatility. You can basically throw him at the other team's best offensive weapon night after night.
Brooklyn calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
This is special. We are witnessing a legendary performance here tonight. He is like levels above everyone else on the floor. Something must have clicked for him in warm-ups tonight. He's just come out and he has run wild.
Yeah, this is something he will remember for... types of performances in the playoffs are what define a player's legacy.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you...
Shooting for Brooklyn, Cartwright, taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Cartwright. And here are the Hornets now. Knocked away. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got McCaw. Also, Andrew Nembhard is out there. Cartwright is out there with Bryant. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Shepard with the ball. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
And those might be the easiest points of the month for him.
He's feeling it. Good on the shot. Cartwright's got 47 points.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
And another steal for him.
Again and again, he finds a way to seize possessions away.
He's amazing. And now he's tied for 2nd all-time GA in steals for a postseason game.
Yeah, an 8-way tie for 2nd. One more steal, and it's his alone.
And here is Cobb. Pass to Shep, nabbing another steal.
And he's now claimed 2nd all-time for steals in a playoff game.
I mean, this is unbelievable how he's been able to impose his will defensively.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
He swipes the ball away again.
And his unbelievable run of steals continues. Now tied for the most ever in a playoff game.
And you can't call it carelessness by the offense at this point. His activity level has forced the issue.
And he's now tied with the answer, Allen Iverson. What a night.
There's the feed to Ware. Shot to stop the run. Rebound, Brooklyn.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Shepard. Ware, and another steal for him.
And he's answered the moment with one of the all-time great defensive performances I've ever witnessed.
I agree. On the attack, he has now set a new single-game playoff record for steals.
And with this achievement, he surpasses the great Allen Iverson, whose steal mark had stood since 1999. And you take a step back,
Amazing what we're seeing from him.
Now the steal total making history tonight in the playoffs, imposing his will here on hostile ground.
Yeah, the key with him tonight is just not about his athleticism. The awareness is off the charts, and he's making history.
On defense, the Hornets. Cartwright gets the bucket.
Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
Here's Mitch.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Cartwright. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Cartwright's got 46.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And it's Cartwright in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that rebound.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Cartwright comes in for Caffey. And McCaw is subbed in for Knox. McCaw, the pass to Cartwright. From deep three-point land, and he's good on the three ball. Cartwright's got 15 points in just the second half.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
So for Brooklyn now, they've got McCaw. Ryan is out there with Cartwright. Then there's Valentine. And it's Nembhard in at the small forward. Charlotte calls timeout.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Reed Shepherd.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cobb comes in for Murray. And it's Dort in for Walker Kessler. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on what the head coach of the Hornets was getting across in the huddle. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too.
2 minutes remaining.
It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Cobb following the bucket by the Nets. Knight looking for an opening. 6 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Cobb, wide open. No good again that time. Nets shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Here's Cartwright, and it falls over the rim and in. Cartwright's got 38 points.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Here's Shepard. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Dort. Into the lane. No good with the layup. And here are the Nets. Here's Cartwright. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finish. Here's Shepard. It's Dort on the wing. Knocks it loose. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Lucas Dort. Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Fifth team foul. At the line for the Nets.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it
Jacks up a three. Connects from downtown. Cartwright's got 6 here in the quarter.
His first triple of the second half. Can he get it going?
And it's Valentine in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Fires for 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Pass to Dunn. Young looking for an opening. Here's Frazier. Here's Woodson. Covered by Bryant. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Nets. And let's take a look at the players leading the way in assists here in the postseason. Second, Trae Young.
I really admire how he seeks out his teammates. His selfless attitude and desire to get his guys going is what makes him such a valuable player.
Here's Cartwright. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pacers leading by 22. That's tipped. Woodson pass to Young. Jackson outside. And here's Young. He's got 15. And there's the 3-second violation. The Pacers making a switch here.
Substitutions.
Here's Brooklyn. 9 points in a row. A good run going. Here's Cartwright. Knocks down the triple. Cartwright's got 25 points.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Young, the pass to Frazier. Back to Young. Knocks it loose. And Young draws the double. Clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And he was camped in lane there. He gets a 3-second call. So both teams making some changes here. Nets trail by 19. From 17, Cartwright gets the bucket. 27 points for him.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
For Indiana, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Got a piece of it. Young drawing the double team. Pass to Anunoby. From 7, got a piece of it. Fast break, Brooklyn. Here's Cartwright. And the Nets tack on 2 more.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Another shot. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. So for Brooklyn now, Valentine out there with Nembhard. Then it's Caffey. And there's Cartwright.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
San Antonio's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. They get it back. It's tipped. Nembhard with it. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And that one is hammered home.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Now, Okongwu, he's got 6. They get a hand on it. He's got a clear path. Here's Cartwright. Throws down the breakaway jam.
A nice run here to trim the lead, but you look up and they're still down big.
Spurs leading by 20. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And this is the time they wanted to mount the rally and get back into it.
Here's Castle. After the basket by Brooklyn, nabbing another steal.
And he's now tied for 3rd most steals in a playoff game.
Exhausting them with his constant hounding. You're right, the effort level just amazing. And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Cartwright against Okongwu. Here's Kramer. He's got 12. 5 and another steal for him.
And the steals numbers, just incredible.
And GA for a single playoff game, the 3rd most steals in NBA history.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position.
He swipes the ball away again.
Again and again, he finds a way to seize possessions away.
He's amazing, and now he's tied for 2nd all-time GA in steals for a postseason game. Here's Kramer. Pass to Castle. Clock at 6. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Kramer. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Nets trail by 14. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Cartwright gets the bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And another steal for him.
And his unbelievable run of steals continues. Now tied for the most ever in a playoff game.
And you can't call it carelessness by the offense at this point. His activity level has forced the issue. Here's Castle. Here's Joseph. That one, no good. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get up. Over 30 points. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. San Antonio leading by 10. They've got Wembanyama. Devin Vassell out there with Walker. Then it's Ball. And it's Kramer in at the shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
They got to keep looking for fast break scores to even this game up.
Tipped away. Ball up top. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Nets trail by 8. Takes it inside.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Gotta beat nabbing another steal.
And he's answered the moment with one of the all-time great defensive performances I've ever witnessed.
I agree. On the attack, he has now set a new single-game playoff record for steals.
And you take a step back, amazing what we're seeing from him.
Now the steal total making history tonight in the playoffs, imposing his will here on hostile ground.
Well, this has been an all-time defensive performance. To get this many steals in one game, this guy is on another level tonight.
While we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear San Antonio's coach going over the plan during the break. He likes the effort, he likes the play. He said, look, we're rolling now, guys. Let's get that momentum and keep it, and let's make the most of it to win this series. See if they can get it done.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
San Antonio leading. Here's Kramer. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Wembanyama. That's tipped. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, there is no quit in this team. Making up for that slow start with great composure and determination.
Ball, the bounce pass. Wembanyama, no good.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Okongwu's checked in for San Antonio. And Brooklyn making a change here. Now here's Bass. There's the pass to Wembanyama. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Cartwright. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's now claimed the second most points ever in a playoff game.
Boy, he is really taking advantage of the defense. Nobody's been able to contain him. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, I know what their coach is preaching in this huddle. Can you guys please stop turning it over?
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Victor Wembanyama.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has...
Good, he hits again.
And he set a new all-time record for single-game scoring in the playoffs.
I mean, what a night to remember. And for those of us who are lucky enough to witness it, I'm sure we will never forget this.
And it was way back in 1986 that Michael Jordan set the record of 63 points. And when you surpass the greatest of all time, you've done something special. And a moment now for him to just kind of soak it all in the midst of this incredible offensive performance.
Well, Greg rising to the occasion. All eyes are on him.
Well, let's all appreciate what we're seeing here tonight. A player at the top of his game. He's finding ways to punch holes in this defense every way he can.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession of the ball.
Vassell against Bryant. Vassell can't get it to go. And they're running. Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. And it's McCaw in at the one. And then Bryant with the dunk.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Yeah, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Here's Castle after the basket by Brooklyn. Off his foot. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. San Antonio with the ball. Ball with it. Picked up by Reed. Wembanyama. You look at Brooklyn, down 1-0 in this series. How crucial is a win tonight?
How crucial? Extremely crucial. Historically, the odds of coming back from a 2-0 deficit, less than 10%. They have to consider this one a must-win.
There's the drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Come on now, what a talent. Slips through the lane and just flushes it home.
Oh, the D feeling some shame right there. That was big league. Now here's Vassell. Wembanyama. Cartwright with a rebound.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Ooh, poked away. Ball's doubled. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Spurs.
San Antonio ball.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Here's Cartwright. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. Poke loose. Here's Wembanyama. To halt the run, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Here he goes. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Ball's doubled. The ball's knocked loose. Fast break. Here we go. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace. Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Nets leading by 14. Here's Cartwright. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Ball taking his time here. Pass to Walker. Now Vassell, covered by Bryant. And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets on the move. Oh, hey, how about that?
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
And no doubt, coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And pushing it up the floor, here comes Brooklyn.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
And now the Nets on the break. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Ball passes to Vassell. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Next ball.
Nets leading by 5. We've got Devin Vassell. Walker out there with Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Castle. And it's Ball in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
He is the story for them offensively and a big reason why they're ahead.
San Antonio with the ball. The Nets making their last shot. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Nets.
Brooklyn ball.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give them the ball and let them go to work.
Tipped away. Pass to Cartwright. 2 points. That one goes. Cartwright's got 43 points.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Nabbing another steal.
He's been on the attack defensively, leaving nothing on the table.
Hey, it's the postseason after all. And you look at that all-time playoff steals list, he's moving up the ranks. And here's Ball. 6 points for him. To win the run. Rebounded by Knox.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Releases. Again, the net score.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Spurs trail by 14. Ball with it. Now guarded by Bryant. Stolen by Bryant. It's a one-on-one situation.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Another steal. Here's McCaw. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Vassell outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Knocked away. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
He swipes the ball away again.
And he's now tied for third most steals in a playoff game.
Yeah, just exhausting them with his constant hounding. The effort level, just amazing. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Nets?
You have to be a fan.
Yet another steal from him.
Again and again, he finds ways to seize possessions.
And he's now tied for second all-time in steals for a postseason game.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
He swipes the ball away again.
And he's now claimed second all-time for steals in a playoff game.
Just unbelievable how he's been able to impose his will defensively.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Here's Cartwright. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Again! What an avalanche!
What a performance. He's now tied for third most points in single-game playoff history.
Boy, the way he's been scoring the ball, you had a feeling he'd leave his name in the record books. Pulls up for three, and good! There's another!
His offensive excellence continues to be on full display.
And he's now moved into second all-time for scoring in a playoff game, nabbing another steal.
His unbelievable run of steals continues. Now tied for the most ever in a playoff game.
And you can't call it carelessness by another steal from him. And that's his 6th steal of the night. Oh, another one falls.
And he's now tied the all-time mark for points in a playoff game.
Boy, he's been cooking since the opening tip, and they've been powerless to slow him down. He swipes the ball away again.
And he's answered.
Another one falls. Amazing.
And with that bucket, if you can believe it, he sets a new all-time record for points in a playoff game.
Boy, the way he came out tonight.
And nice to take a moment to reflect on the magnitude of what he's accomplished this evening.
And you can't take it for granted. This crowd witnessing a tremendous offensive performance.
Boy, all night this guy has looked like he's playing a different game. He has been at a different level.
Okongwu's checked in for Walker. Right side, Wembanyama. They still need this. To the left wing. It's deflected.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Brooklyn calls timeout.
To the loudest sections. Get hurt!
Both teams will make substitutions. Brooklyn has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. Puts it up from 17. And again.
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Pass to Okongwu. Brooklyn pulls it in. Cartwright's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Puts up a 3. Yes, sir. And it's Bryant picking up the assist.
3 points.
Bryant's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Cartwright. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Cartwright's got 11 points.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
We've got Cartwright. McCaw is out there with Nembhard. Then there's Rain. And it's Bryant in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. It's tipped. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. You look at Mr. Perfect, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Poke loose, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Gaffey, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Spurs also with the sub. Okongwu's checked in for Walker. Here's Castle. Vassell outside. Ball's knocked loose. Cartwright with it. And it's Vassell picking him up. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
San Antonio leading by 5. Here's Castle. Vassell, the pass to Okongwu. A jump hook, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Right inside, and good that time. He's got 15.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And they're on the break. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Jacks up a 3. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
San Antonio calls timeout. They want to put some distance between them and the loss on Monday.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Leaving points at the free throw line can take the edge off of a team. If you're playing physical, you're playing hard, and it's just not paying off.
Here's Castle. Pass to Wembanyama. And the points coming for them now, Greg and Bunchen.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Cartwright, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's Castle. Vassell outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Castle. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Nets making a switch here.
Substitutions for your Nets. Valentine.
Okongwu against Cartwright. Over Okongwu. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Kept alive. And it's Vassell in the corner. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look now for San Antonio. Joseph, he's checked in for Wembanyama. And it's Peyton Watson in for Vassell. Cartwright with it. He's got 26. There's the three. Trains the three-pointer. Cartwright's got 29.
And things starting to click from three-point land. Nothing in the first quarter, but he's hit 3 triples here in the second.
San Antonio calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
Well, he's been destroying them.
Left in the first half of the game. Cartwright gets the bucket.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Castle. Pass to Joseph. Outside, ball. Rebounded by the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Cartwright. Wide open shot is on the money. Now it's a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Right wing. We got 22 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Got loose. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
You can press the rebound button to view your team's full list of accomplishments. Huge win streaks, protecting your home court, and ultimately making final appearances and winning titles. That's what it's all about.
And a dynasty is more than just one great year. You'll want to repeat those outstanding occurrences year after year. Prove your dominance, and you'll be awarded more points for the most difficult tasks to achieve.
Do you have the longevity and dominance to surpass LeBron's Heat, Bird's Celtics, or maybe even Jordan's Chicago Bulls? Find out with your dynasty list in My Career. Good luck.
Season 6.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Nets taking on the Spurs. For Brooklyn, they took care of business at home in Game 3. The fans are eager for another big win. Spurs, Nets, the NBA Finals continue. It's the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. The championship is almost within reach, and with the series standing at 2-1, we could be looking at a make-or-break game. Brian Anderson here with you, alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy, and the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. Now the starting group for San Antonio. We've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with ball. Then there's Walker, and it's Vassell in at the small forward position. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, they've got Andrew Nembhard, and it's Bryant in at the 3, the small forward. You look at the Spurs, the top seed coming into this final series, but they've had their hands full.
They really have. I mean, trailing coming into this game, too. It's critical they even the score tonight to make it a best-of-3 series.
And the tip goes to the Nets. Here's Cartwright, covered by Wembanyama. Cartwright gets the bucket.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. It's a three-point game. Pass to Wembanyama. Tipped! Here's Reed. Here's Cartwright. And the Nets, another three!
You want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch him out.
Now here's Vassell. Inside, here's Walker. Reed with the rebound. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Pass to Cartwright. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Cartwright's got all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. Oh, they get a hand on it. Fast break, Brooklyn. Count it. Good. Cartwright's got 10 points.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Walker finds Vassell. And here come the Nets again. Brooklyn in the fast break. Cartwright gets the bucket.
You know, a pretty easy solution to stopping this run would be to get back on defense. It's pretty simple.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
It's time to talk this over and try to put a stop to this run.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
the right side. Back to Wembanyama. Got a hand on it. They've got numbers. And he's going for the lob. A slam dunk by Reed.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
So it's San Antonio now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Castle. Shot clock at 6. Wembanyama with it. Picked up by Reed. Stolen by Reed. Here's McCaw. And he drives in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching. A perfect game plan.
Now here's Vassell. Poke loose. And out of bounds. The Nets will take it.
Part of passing the rock, it's calculating risk and reward. I don't think that was a great decision.
Brooklyn leading by 17. Here's Cartwright. Throws it up high.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they've built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. To the inside. Here's Wembanyama. And no good. The dry spell continues.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Ball outside. Pass to Vassell. Now Wembanyama. Cartwright with a rebound.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
To the middle. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Spurs trail by 21. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. He said they spent all week watching film on Victor Wembanyama, trying to find flaws that they could take advantage of. No such luck. So their mission tonight is to try to make someone else beat them, which coach admits could be a fool's errand.
Thank you for that, Allie.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points, while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Now here's Ball. Yet to see a basket. Here's Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Now here's Ball. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Vassell. San Antonio again can't hit.
Well, that is stifling coverage.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Here's Walker. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 3 from outside and looking sharp here in the first. Cartwright gets the bucket.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Knocks it loose. Left side Walker. 13 feet out. And that one's long.
Well, the analytics don't like it. But if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
He's rolling.
Option A is from Irv Gotti in my team. Brandon Roy going to work, shakes loose, and double clutches the dunk. Full rotation, full power, and the foul. A great reward card, making a great play. And their opponent is Jay Brooklyn in the Basketball Gods event. Working out on the baseline, bending for a quick double bounce drill through the legs. The layup has a little mag on it too, between two block attempts. Supernatural submission, but is it enough to win your vote?
I hope y'all saw what I just did.
What's your choice? They're both nice, but which one is your top play of
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Will it end tonight? That's the question as one team battles to shut the door on the season. Another hopes to stave off defeat. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. So the next starting five. Cartwright is out there with Reed. And there's Bryant. Then there's Andrew Nembhard. And it's McCall in at point. And for the Spurs. All out there with Castle. Then it's Walker. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Vassell in at the small forward position. You look at the Nets. Greg, at the start of this series, who would have thought they'd have a chance to close out the NBA Finals in Game 5?
Unbelievable story. You have to credit their boys. They've been relentless thus far. And, hey, they've proven they can win in any environment, and that makes them all the more dangerous.
You're right. They have been relentless. Cartwright gets the bucket.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Nets ball.
McCaw, the pass to Reed. Here's Nembhard to the paint. Here's Cartwright, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Brooklyn ball.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. 4-point game. Lets the three fly. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Spurs shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the technical free throw is good.
You watch Vassell. He's a prototype wing for this era. Has length, skill, and plays both ends of the floor.
Here's Cartwright, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Vassell against Bryant. To the inside. San Antonio again turning it over.
Ball.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Cartwright, and he slams it one-handed.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Wembanyama against Cartwright. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by Cartwright. The Nets have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. And the Nets, another 3.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Got a hand on it.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
And Bryant throws it down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
They've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Take a look at Mr. Perfect, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Spurs ball. And the Spurs with possession. Down by 15. Here's Wembanyama.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Ball dishes to Walker. Passes to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Emard covering. Shot clock at 6. And there's the pass to Walker. Shoots over Reed. It's deflected. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Brooklyn leading by 17. Here's Cartwright. And the Nets, another 3.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Pass to Wembanyama. Now, here's Vassell. Stolen. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Floats it up for Bryant. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you...
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
We've got ball. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Okongwu. And it's Joseph in at the center position. That's the San Antonio 5. The score now all even. Cartwright's got 8 points in the quarter. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They get a hand on it. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam King. Brooklyn's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Cartwright gets the bucket.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And another turnover here by San Antonio.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Vassell, he's checked in for the Spurs. Castle comes in for Okongwu. And then for Brooklyn, Reed, he's checked in for Knox. And Bryant subbed in for McCall. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Mr. Perfect.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said, the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Shoots. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Cartwright's got 13 points in the second. And 101 left to play in the final quarter. Hits the three-point bomb.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Now, here's Ball. Joseph looking over the floor. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Spurs. Substitution on the court.
6 to shoot. Here's Castle. Goes back up. Wembanyama, no good. So they foul intentionally.
Personal foul. 15 foul.
Brooklyn with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Valentine shot good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Now Cartwright. And he drives in. Over Castle. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
That's the end of the game.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Cartwright gets the bucket.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And Brooklyn, look at who they've got. We've got Cartwright. Andrew Nembhard is out there with McCaw. Then it's Bryant. That bucket in no time at all.
3 points.
Now it's just a 3-point San Antonio lead. San Antonio's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Passes it to Wembanyama. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Cartwright gets the bucket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And also, guys, the tenacity they've shown on the defensive end has been something else. Look at how many blocks they've tallied thus far.
Here's Kramer after the basket by Brooklyn. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Spurs trail by 4. San Antonio calls timeout.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
San Antonio making a switch here. Ball's checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Spurs head coach go over the game plan during the timeout. Now, he's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every three they put up. See if that intensity increases on D. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio.
For your Spurs, Devin Vassell.
Here's Walker. Poked away. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Cartwright gets the bucket.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
So it's the Spurs now, after the basket by Brooklyn. To the paint. Here's Vassell. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Now, here's Ball. Here's Kramer. A rebound by the Nets. Cartwright Cartwright's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Shoots over Vassell. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Mr. Perfect.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let-up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And you know, his performance tonight is going to make the championship all that much sweeter for him. He knows he has been the biggest factor in earning them that trophy. He gets it in there. Cartwright's got 41.
It's impressive, the level of domination.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets the three fly. Hits it from three-point range. 44 points for Mr. Perfect.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Here's Okongwu following the bucket by the Nets. To the middle, here's Joseph. The rebound by Cartwright. Here's Castle. Misses the step-back jump shot. Puts up a deep three. Can't connect. And the Brooklyn Nets are your new champions.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We hope you had an awesome
What a moment it is right now to see the team who played so well together enjoying this NBA championship moment.
And you talk about a defining moment. This is it. They have played so well together. They deserve every ounce of this NBA championship moment.
And seeing this team come together over the course of the season and on into the playoffs, what a joy. I mean, there is no better champion the league could have asked for.
And a pleasure here at 2K Sports to be with you all season long. Good night, everyone.